This is the Great Legend, and I am coming at you live tonight with my WWE PPV review of Great Balls of Fire. Fans, let me tell you, it was some great balls of fire. And what was great about it, the first match, man, it wasn't even an official match, but it was the kickoff show match against Neville and Tozawa. Oh, man. You know what? Tozawa got hung out to dry on that top freaking rope, split down the middle, and boy, his balls were on fire after that. I don't know if they planned to do that or, you know, it is in the name, and that this was just freaking funny. I didn't pick up on that until I got back home and thought about, how I wanted to do this video. Did I want to do the traditional PPV review? I am having some technical difficulties tonight, so this will be an audio only live show tonight on the Great Legend Show. So excusez-moi if you wanted to see the face that runs the place, the champ that runs the camp. Well, I am right here, fans, but all you're going to hear tonight is the voice that makes the women moist. That's right, I am live, and tonight we're talking about WWE Great Balls of Fire. Man, let me tell you, so my dad turned 73. 70 freaking 3 at the beginning of this month of July. And this was his birthday surprise. It was going to see the WWE Great Balls of Fire at American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. We was up there, Platinum Premier on the Admiral level, the AL at the Service King Lounge, Box 1 Suite. And man, it was just too sweet. It was a lot of fun. Good times, good little, got a suite with my buddy I work with. He's got the hookups. It was one of the 8 people suites. It was real nice. They had a bar and everything like that up there. No food. We had to go down and get the food with everyone else on the down low, but that was okay. I didn't know if it was going to be free food and drink or whatnot. I wish it was. Those are them presidential suites, a little bit on the higher side. But the Great Balls of Fire, we're going to be talking about that. But I'm going to check out the chat. Sorry, I'm not going to do the pop-up chat tonight, but we got 2 watching right now, and I'm going to call it, fans. I think the 2 that are watching right now is myself, of course, and my good friend Steven, Trilogy's Comic Corner. And let me tell you real quick about my buddy Trilogy's Comic Corner, since he is one of the viewers and he is participating in the chat tonight. Trilogy's Comic Corner, I want to see this. Every couple of weeks he has on Facebook, if you search him up, Trilogy's Comic Corner on Facebook, every 2 weeks he has a Facebook live auction hosted by himself and Mrs. Trilogy. And it is an excellent show. I was quite surprised at the heartwarming host with the most, and I'm talking Mrs. Trilogy. She did an excellent job. She's very warming, welcoming, and she is great with all of her viewers. She just makes everyone feel right at home, and what's great about that is it's that personality she has that will keep those bidders coming back. So if you're interested in comic books or anything pop culture, check out Trilogy's Comic Corner, not only here on YouTube, but on Facebook.com as well. You'll be glad you did. Back to Great Balls of Fire. What I'm going to do, since I don't want to forget what the heck I'm talking about, I took over 300 pictures, I want to say. And so we're going to go on into a monitor capture here, and I was going to try to make this all nice and fancy and all that for you, but we're going to go old school, and I'm going to give you a little monitor capture tonight here on the Great Legend Show, and we are going to show some pics on the slideshow. We had some pretty good seats, man. It was a lot of fun. We got there I guess probably about 20 minutes before the 6 o'clock kickoff show. If you notice, kind of in the bottom left corner, you can see Renee Young chilling there. And I know David Otunga was there and the dude from ESPN. And the first match, you noticed they had the cruiserweight match set up, man. And King Neville was coming out hot. King Neville, and I'm sorry these pictures may be a little blurry. But Neville, man, Neville was looking good. Old Tozawa was there. And just a lot of fun. A great match. Good, fast-paced match, man. The fans were really in it from the get-go. It was a lot of fun. Of course, Titus O'Neil was on the down low, cheering his boy Tozawa on. And granted, I haven't watched wrestling in quite a while. Just haven't had the time to really watch any of the matches lately on Raw or SmackDown. We got to slow it down a little bit. This thing's going a little bit too quick. Let's get back into the cruiserweight stuff here. But it's a lot of fun. It was a great match. One thing on this kickoff match, I wanted to see more just athletic moves. It was crazy. Like at the very end, Tozawa got hung up to dry. I don't know if I got a picture of that or whatnot. I guess I didn't. I only took a little bit of pictures here and there, but Neville ended up keeping the title. I figured he would. I don't watch 205 Live all that much, so, it is what it is. But, man, I love watching Neville. I also heard that Austin Aries, they let Austin Aries go, which I don't know if it was because Austin Aries may have been bitching behind the scenes that he wanted a bigger push or he wanted to go to the main roster, or I don't know what it was. But I'm going to miss Austin Aries because I thought Austin Aries and Neville had some damn good matches together. Then we make it into our first match of the night. You guessed it. Can you believe it, fans? All of the lights were off. All of the lights were off, but the fireflies were in full effect. Like I said, sorry for the blurry pictures. Bray Wyatt. One of the funny things about this Bray Wyatt, as many of you know, Bray Wyatt been cheating on his wife. Now, his wife's pretty good looking, but he be cheating on he be cheating on his wife with JoJo, the ring announcer for the Raw brand. And what was funny is when JoJo stepped into the ring for the first time, people started chanting when JoJo got in the ring, Bray Wyatt, Bray Wyatt. So I thought that was pretty damn funny. So, also, Bray Wyatt was out tonight, and Bray Wyatt, look at that blurry picture, was fighting Seth freaking Rollins. Now, all these pictures here, I'm pretty much got the zoom level on. It was awesome. I tried to take most of my pictures were taken from the ramp, the entrance ramp. I want to move my mouse. I don't know if you'll be able to see my mouse, but I'm circling this guy right here. This is the classic creepy guy. The creepy guy that's at every pay-per-view with his main squeeze right there. The creepy lady. The lady that looks like she's 20 times his age. Creepy guy. Like pale white guy with long black hair. Looks kind of like a girl in the face. Very creepy. Anyway, back to the match, though. This was a damn good match. Back and forth all the freaking way. I love this match. I love opening up. I'm a Bray Wyatt fan. I love Seth freaking Rollins. And in the end, Bray Wyatt put him to sleep with some Sister Abigail. Kick-ass match. So if we talk about matches, and I give my normal rating as I normally do, the 5-star rating. I'm going to go ahead and start out by giving the Neville match a 2.5 because the match was cut short. We didn't even get to see the red arrow. I got to see the during this match, so I'm going to only give that 2.5. This match I want to give a good 3.5 because it was back and forth. Got to see the Falcon's arrow, a.k.a. the Hoovy driver, by Seth Rollins on Bray. I thought that was pretty kick-ass, but in the end, Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds, Sister Abigail connected. I want to give this 3.5 because I like both wrestlers a lot. And we're going to speed through this one a little bit quicker. So pissed Why did Vince and WWE break up Enzo and Cass? Enzo, another epic pop. I mean, huge pop for Enzo here. Loudest pop of the night so far into the night. Enzo, a kick-ass, just on the mic, you know, talking about Cass and, you know, all their love together, and did a little Frank Sinatra Blue Eyes. Enzo came out, man, he was on fire. This match was a long squash match. I thought I was watching Hulk Hogan versus Barry Horowitz, man. It was just, as you can see, Enzo's laying down most of the time during this match. And Big Cass was looking good, towering above 7 feet tall. One of the things about Big Cass, which I noticed, they started chanting, asshole, asshole. They were giving him some asshole chants. I thought that was pretty funny. But Big Cass whipping that ass. All right, so Big Cass squash match, I'm going to give it 2. And we're going into the Hardy Boys, man. Hardy Boys versus the Sheamus and Cesaro. And Hardy Boys, man, they look good. And you know, the pictures here are real blurry, but man, it was as clear as day. I wore my glasses to the show just to make sure I can catch it all. Circle, there's the creepy guy. Creepy guy. Of course, they were chanting delete, delete, delete. They were chanting Brother Nero. It was a lot of fun. Man, Sheamus is so white there. Oh, that's Cesaro. There's Sheamus with the lights turned off. Isn't that funny? All the lights are turned off, shining the white light on Sheamus, and you can still see how pale white Sheamus is right there. I think that's hilarious. And, of course, all of his whiteness brings out all the white. There they are right there. Maybe it wasn't 300 because the iPhone took also as MOVs, little 1-second MOVs, which waste a lot of space, so I had to delete those. See, that's a faraway pic, but that's pretty clear. And if you look at this, my eye vision was about right there. I mean, that's how good my eyes were. But the camera clearness was right here. So the camera looked like it was automatically cleared out. You notice down here in the corner, I don't remember when they did this, but they cleared up the pre-show. This match was back and forth, back and forth. Sheamus and Cesaro, excellent, excellent, excellent. Playing to the crowd as heels play to the crowd. I remember one moment where Sheamus was about to do the 10 beats from the Bowery, and he did 2. And then he just pushed Matt Hardy off the mat. So I thought that was funny. But this match was back and forth. It was a fun match. They were never able to tie up the match, though. I mean, we got to see a lot of action. And in the end, we had Sheamus and Cesaro win the match. I want to give this match a 4. I did not like seeing Sheamus and Cesaro win. I do like Sheamus and Cesaro, but I like the Hardy Boys better. But hell, let me tell you, they're getting a fucking 4 because all competitors worked their ass off in the ring. It was an amazing match, man. 30 minutes of just pure whipping ass. Awesome. Freaking awesome. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and check the chat real quick. See what's going on in the chat room and see how many people we have tonight on the Great Legend Show. We do have 3 watching right now. I want to add to the chat one of my main wrestling fans, one of my main man, Rebel Gaming. He said, LOL, I got the questions. Well, you know, when you got the questions, the Great Legend just keeps changing the answers. Now, what did old Piper say? Piper used to say, when you think you know the answers, I'm changing the questions. LP, let me know what your questions are in the chat tonight. Live on the WWE Great Balls of Fire 2017 PPV review. The Legend was there live in effect. Big shout out to William Thorg, who is also in the chat, man. Good to see my buddy William. I'm going to bring the chat up on my phone so I can continue to go through the pictures. My blurry ass pictures. Let's get back on it. Do some of that monitor capture. I tried to add all 100 to a slideshow under OBS. And OBS froze up. I had to reboot the damn computer. But like I said, Sheamus and Cesaro, they getting 4 stars, man. It was really good. There they are, kind of chilling. Oh, and then here's LP. Those were some, LP says, okay, first question. Those were some pretty sweet seats. I saw you on Facebook Live. How much was it to get a suite like that? Yeah, man, the Facebook Live, man, that was freaking fun as hell. I ain't logged into Facebook right now, I don't think, but I may bring that video up here in a minute. That was a lot of fun. Actually, let me do that real quick, just for shits and giggles, LP. I think I got 2 of those. Let me bring up Facebook real quick, but my buddy Tony, he works for Denton County. He works with a lot of high people on the high up, man. Works with a lot of high up people out in Denton County, which is there's Collin County, there's Denton County, there's Dallas County. They're all close together, but let's do the video on my Facebook page first. See if I can bring it up here. Let's see about this. But anyway, he got these things, man. There's the video right there. Let's see if I can get my game, get my chat on real quick. I'm going to mute my mic real quick, and we're going to check this video out. Sit right back, and I'll tell you a tale right here.
This is the Great Legend. I'm coming at you live from WWE, Great Balls of Fire. So we're going to check this out real quick.
Here we go, check it out. That's what I'm talking about. That's how the Great Legend does it. Coming at you live with the sweets. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right here. That's what I'm talking about. Great Legend here. That's how I roll with it. Great Balls of Fire. Roman sucks.
This is the Great Legend coming at you live, wanting to remind everyone tonight there will be a WWE PPV review of the Great Balls of Fire.
I'm up here in the Legend Suite. There it is. This is a suite. Just Too Sweet with the S-U-I-T-E. Roman sucks. Roman sucks for life. So remember, fans, tonight on the Great Legend Show, we will be doing the Great Balls of Fire review. Stay tuned.
So yeah, those are my funny little videos up there. You know, I didn't want to take like live video of the matches because it was kind of blurry. I mean, camera ain't that great on my iPhone. I got the old iPhone, whatever, 6SE or iPhone SE or whatever it's called. But let's take you back to the slideshow real quick and talk about this next match, which was another good match. Sasha Banks, baby. And I know LP likes the Sasha Banks. Okay, so how much was it? It was, we got the suite. It was me and my buddy Tony. Tony brought his wife and 2 kids. So it was an 8-person suite. And like I said, Tony, his wife, his 2 kids. I brought my dad for his birthday, my wife, and my buddy Hank. And it cost us $800. So I paid $300. you know, for my wife and my dad, and my buddy Hank paid his 100. So we had 400, and then Tony, he had his 400, and it was awesome, man. And Trilogy says the beard of the legend. You know, I even put some of that beard oil in there, but it was still kind of funky and frizzy. But that's all right. But yeah, so much damn fun. The Sasha Banks match, okay. Not my Sasha. This wasn't my Sasha tonight, man. Cause Alexa Bliss, cheap ass. There she comes. Man, let me tell you though, as I go through some of these pictures, the music, the sound, the entrances were freaking awesome. That was probably like the best stuff, the entrances. You know what sucks, LP? For some damn reason, they had upstairs, and I should have took a little better tour. Like all of those boxes, they were surrounded by like a full-blown damn restaurant up there. They had about 5 bars, but only one bar was open. So you can get your drinking, alcoholic beverages, stuff like that, but they would put it on your tab. Which was funny. We may have been able to just start putting them on that tab of the people that own the suite, but we didn't do that. But yeah, we had to go downstairs to get the food and bring it back up. There's a suite. There's another set of suites below those suites, and they hold about, I'd say, 16 people. Those are the presidential suites. Those suites, they had the food and beverages in there. I've been to a Mavericks game, Dallas Mavericks, where they played the Warriors a couple years back. No, actually, they played the Lakers. Yeah, they were playing Shaq and Kobe. So that was many moons ago, probably about 8. No, even longer than that. 2001, I guess. Maybe 15. Those were the suites that had the damn food. But where we were, it was freaking pretty awesome. You know, I'd definitely pay 100 a ticket again to go see that. It was awesome, dude. So there's Sasha and Bliss. And this match was an okay match. I mean, she took a Sasha takes some hard bumps on the lower back. There's a better picture. That's a clean one right there. But I got to give this match, I don't even know what the hell I told y'all I gave it. About a 2.5. I mean, maybe. It was good, but it wasn't that good. That's her right there. She's got the bank statement locked in. She had the bank statement locked in twice. Everyone was screaming tap, tap, tap. And in the end, you know what Alexa did? She didn't want to get back in the ring. She left the ring and took the count out. Cheap ass bitch, Alexa Bliss. But what was cool, Sasha ran up the ramp. I thought it was over. Sasha ran up the ramp and went apeshit. She got up on the table here. And she jumps off the table, knees first. You can see that purple hair right there. And did that. And she left out. And anyways, next match, Miz. And you know the hard thing about this, LP has another question. He said, were there any signings or events before the show? You know, that's the thing. I don't know if there was or not. Usually on these events, I would figure the wrestlers get to the building probably, I don't know. I can give you like a little bit on how they travel and everything. Like say tomorrow night, Monday night, they're going to be in Houston. Oh, by the way, Booker T got a big ass ovation because, you know, he's from Houston. But we didn't get on any signings. I don't think there was. I mean, I'm sure if people were waiting outside the gates and everything early in the day, you know, maybe they got. I mean, you have to be diehard fans. I mean, I like wrestling and all, but I'm not going to be waiting out, you know, getting their autographs where the trucks are and stuff. But okay, say for instance, and you probably know this already. So for Houston, right? This is a Sunday event. So normally they would, wherever they were Saturday night, wherever they were like wrestling or whatever, house shows or whatnot, wherever they were Saturday night, they'd get done with the show. Most of the time, after their match, they might leave from there. You they on a house show, pretty much, I bet after the match they could just leave. I'm not sure they stick around. I mean, some stick around, some leave. Like, I think I remember hearing a story where Tyler Breeze, after his match, he left, and a lot of people got pissed. So maybe some of them stay till the end of the show, and they'll go ahead and start the drive. Most likely, they're gonna have they'll start a drive, whether it's a 4 or a 5 hour drive. They'll start a drive. Maybe the drive's not that long, but I see a lot of these people right after this show, they're starting their drive to Houston, um, which is a 5 hour drive from Dallas. So if you're JoJo and Bray, you're taking the same car. One will drive halfway, then the other will drive the other half. They get to the hotel, maybe, they'll probably get to the hotel about 2 a.m. and then maybe 3 a.m. Who the hell really knows? Probably a little late checkout. Work out in the morning. Do their workouts in the morning. Or they can go back to the hotel. They might go back to the hotel and just sleep. Since this is a PPV, some may just go back to a hotel in Dallas and sleep or whatever. But for the most part, they want to get to the next town, so they're going to just make that drive, get to the hotel, sleep, wake up in the morning, go to the gym, and then do whatever they have to during the day, whether it be signings or go to the hospitals or, go do their community service thing, and then say 2, 3, or 4 get to the arena, get to the arena probably in the afternoon. But and then what they'll do after that, they go to the next town, and then it's like they talk about it a lot in the podcast on like normal days and stuff. That's what they do. That's why when you see that on the WWE Network, the where they're driving, I haven't watched any of those shows. I need to watch them, but they normally drive at night. When you see them driving, it's usually after a house show, a PPV, after a Monday Night Raw, whatever. And then after their last show, they drive to, or the last show for the week, whether it be a Tuesday or a Wednesday or whatever, because they usually get two days off. Say Monday night, right? Well, after Monday night, they'll get home sometime Tuesday. They'll stay home Wednesday, and then they're back on the plane on Thursday, to get the Friday, Saturday house shows. Then the Sunday PPV, if there is one, if not, another house show. And then the Monday night live show, and then a Tuesday house show for the Raw gang. So it's kind of like a schedule like that, Anyway. Let me check the chat real quick before we take a look at some of this. Awesome. Oh, was there any dark matches before the PPV started? The only match was the kickoff show match with Neville and Tozawa. Yeah, Trilogy says, Rob, I'm going to deliver the comics. Oh, sweet, man. Yeah, I'll let you know. We can meet up somewhere. Can't have you coming to the Legends Vault, baby. You know what? Some of the shows are pre-recorded, and it's hard to say. Some of their little backstage stuff might be pre-recorded. I'm not totally positive. I know some of that stuff back in the day, SmackDown used to be on Tuesday nights. It's Tuesday nights now, but it was live on Tuesday night, and then they would pre-record some stuff, like if they screwed up, and then they'd air SmackDown on Thursday. But now they just do SmackDown live on Tuesday nights, like how it was always done. Because when SmackDown came on, some of the SmackDown people that did that house show on Tuesday, they'd be off on Thursdays. They would be off Wednesday, Thursday, where Raw people would be off on Tuesday, Wednesday. And then they'd work alternating shows, cover more ground that way. So I take it you did not meet it. No, I didn't meet any of the wrestlers. We told some funny stories, like what if some of the wrestlers came up to these suites? But there's so many suites at the American Airlines Center. There's, I think, 16 suites on the level we were on, and maybe 24 on the level we were on, because they're mini suites, and then the bigger suites were on the level below. Was it a sold-out show? It may have been. Some people have season tickets. But some of the seats were open, you know. So I don't think it was a sold out show. Like, we saw some seats that were open, so definitely not, you know. There's Miz and Ambrose, your classic match. Ambrose had a huge pop. Ambrose's music is kick-ass live. That freaking guitar stuff, awesome, man. Totally awesome. Miz awesome, man. Miz awesome. Make sure my mic's on. I don't want to have any fuck-ups. So, yeah. This match was really good. It was back and forth, back and forth. Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas were outside the ring. Get some cheats, get some kicks in. That's a picture of the big screen. You know, sometimes we watch the big screen to get close. There's Miz doing those kicks, the Daniel Bryan kicks. They rolled outside the ring. Oh, what I loved, Ambrose did the diving elbow drop on all three of them. That was awesome out there. Ambrose thought he had it. Miz, that was the skull-crushing finale, and then Miz got the 3 count. There's the ambulance right there. We were pumped up for that. The ambulance there. And there's a close shot of it. Strowman got a pretty good ovation. A lot of people love Strowman. Biggest ovation of the night so far, I would say it was getting better as the night went along, but I would say Seth Rollins, then Ambrose, then Strowman. His ovation was pretty good. God, he is such a monster. He was huge. Let me tell you, JoJo's got an ass on her. I can tell you that much right now, boy. Bray Wyatt's tapping that ass. Loudest ovation of the night. You know, I'm sad to say it, and I gotta say it. I gotta preach it to you. Roman Reigns, the loudest. I'm not just saying people were cheering from him, booing, cheering, booing, whatever you want to say. The decimal level goes to Roman. Whether you hate him or like him, he's your next John Cena. He is the next John Cena. Whether you love him or hate him, he's the next Cena. The ovation, the people, the building was fucking like the roof was gonna blow off, man. It was crazy, man. Fucking Roman, are you kidding me? And you know what? They put on a fucking match. I mean, it is what it is, fans. You know, some aren't going to like him. I saw this, boy. Braun got them steps. He's beating the shit out of Roman. They were going back and forth. And I know it's blurry as shit, but... Oh, that's when we got Roman doing his little shit right there. We got one Superman punch out by the ring. Oh, Ambrose Miz, I'll give a 3 because I've seen it for the past 2 fucking years. Actually, I've seen Ambrose and Miz for a whole year. Back and forth, Roman and Strowman. They put on a good fucking show. Now, at this point, Roman hit Strowman 2 or 3 times with the chair. And Strowman was just flexing his arms, taking those shots to the side. And then he slammed Roman into the barrier twice. Make their way up there. Roman's rolling around, selling really well. Okay, Strowman throws Roman into that screen right there. Laying him out. And Roman going to put him on that table over there, but he gets reversed. Then this screen here is going to break in a minute. There's an ambulance. Doing some ambulance action. You know, back and forth. Back and forth. He takes that red gurney, starts beating the shit out of Roman with that. Roman's grabbing for some help from the fans. That's when they, like, Roman threw Strowman through this damn screen. And my buddy Tony was like, they had this fake-ass little film grain, TV grain. That was funny because it was so fake. You know, they were just kind of putting it in there. It was back and forth, the film grain thing. There it is again, the TV snow. Just back and forth. They're beating the shit out of each other. Now, Roman got locked in the deal here. Strowman won the match, right? Roman gets out. I'm going crazy with the camera. You can see he starts slamming the damn doors into Strowman, throws Strowman in here. Now, originally, me and my buddy Hank called it whenever we thought Roman was going to spear Strowman into the damn thing, but that's originally what got Roman trapped in the car. But he gets Roman in the car. He gets Strowman in the car, and then they drive off, right? Okay. So then they're behind the scenes, and they do this long ass fucking thing where Roman, he's in the ambulance, and he puts it in reverse, and he smashes. This is Roman getting out, but he smashes the back end of the ambulance into a trailer, a car trailer here. And they take fucking forever. So he slams the back of the ambulance. Strowman's in there. Yet, I don't think Strowman's really in there. I think Strowman got out because you couldn't see. So it's some of that pre-recorded bullshit. And then they cut the camera for a pretty good, maybe about 5 to 10 minutes. They're trying to get Strowman out of this ambulance, which the gimmick is we can't get the fucking door open. But you know damn well they can get the door open because the side door, nothing's wrong with it. So you know Strowman gets in there. The gimmick is he gets in there and gets some makeup put on him for a little bit. So they're still doing all this bullshit behind the scenes. So all of a sudden, I don't know if the PPV, people of the PPV, like the people that watching were at home, they may have got some commercial break. But the fans, we got Kurt Hawkins and Heath Slater. Yeah, Kurt Hawkins and Heath Slater come out. I'm a one-man band. You know, just a quick fucking throwaway match where I didn't even see what the fuck happened. I think Heath rolled him up. Yeah, Heath rolls him up, right? Gets a win. Then it cuts back to the whole ambulance thing. We get Jamie Noble. Come on, we're going to be right there, Strowman. And then Strowman gets out of the ambulance all, you know, bloodied up, makeup, all the shit, all the shenanigans. Kurt Angle's like singing some silent prayers, trying to get, you know, hopefully Strowman okay. And Strowman just stumbles off, and my boy Hank says, "Walking Dead." So we'll check the chat real quick, and then we'll go to the main event, the official main event. So let me know if you watch the pay-per-view at home. Yeah, William Thor, I'm with you. I really do love floor seats. I got floor seats 2 years ago. I went to a Monday Nitro at WCW. I don't know. You know what? Here's the thing. There was 3-minute delay. We watched it on WWE Network just to hear the commentators, because the hard thing is you don't see any commentary, you know? There's no freaking commentary. And it's really weird. And also you don't hear a lot of the slap sounds, you know, when Big Cass goes for a big boot, he slaps his leg, you know. You don't hear a lot of those, but you do hear that damn mat. That mat, man, is loud when they get slammed on there, dude. It's insane. But there was an asshole chant. People started calling Big Cass an asshole when he was beating the shit out of Enzo. But I hear the word is backstage, Vince McMahon loves seeing Enzo get beat up like a rag doll. So Vince McMahon was probably back there getting his jollies off, you know. Horny asshole man. But anyway, it was pretty damn cool. You know, there wasn't a lot of cussing. You know, they were saying Roman sucks and stuff like that. There were some asshole chants, but mainly that was for Big Cass. Final match. Way better match than I expected. I knew it wasn't going to be a very long match. But Samoa Joe looked really good, man. Samoa Joe came out before the bell rang and put Lesnar through the damn fucking table. Oh, okay. You want to talk about loudness? So Roman got the audio level of the night as far as just the crowd being loud. And a lot of it is just people hate Roman. But you know what? I mean, it is what it is. A lot of the men don't like Cena, but he still gets a lot of loud cheers and stuff. But the second has to go to Lesnar, man. Lesnar came out, big entrance. Heyman grabbed the mic from JoJo, and Heyman introduced Lesnar. You know, that was pretty cool. Right away, Joe topples Lesnar out of the ring, starts just beating the shit out of him, throwing him up against barricades. This is Lesnar kind of getting back, but Lesnar did go through a table. And Joe goes right back to work. But then it starts getting back and forth. But Joe gets the clutch in on him a couple of times. Oh, there's the start of Suplex City. So we go to Suplex. Here's another Suplex City. Suplex City. Joe gets him down with a pin. Little clutch action. Also known as resting holds. You know, give Lesnar a breather. There's a close-up. You know, isn't it crazy how you look at early Lesnar, like there's some matches where Lesnar fought in Japan against Shinsuke Nakamura. There's matches where Lesnar fought against Kurt Angle. Lesnar is awesome. Just an amazing physical specimen. But the older he gets, I mean, he's more of the Andre the Giant, you know, more of just the entertainment. You know, you just pay big money to see Lesnar. You know, the novelty. It's like a novelty, you know, where people used to pay big money to see Haystacks Calhoun, you know. Another Suplex City. Getting all kind of Suplex Cities. Gets him up in this weird position. Another clutch. Backs him into the ring, clutch. And then he gets him up into the F5 position, but then Joe, oh, is that the F5? Yeah, the pin. Okay. Because he almost had him in an F5 at one time, but Joe slipped out of it and put the clutch on. But this is official F5. I know I didn't get it all. Sue me. And Lesnar wins the match. But you can definitely see, there's my dad's head right there. You can definitely see Lesnar was, and Lesnar leaves the ring. Joe is pretty much in the middle of the ring. Lesnar leaves. Joe does get a standing ovation, and I guess that's my last picture, but Joe stays in the ring a lot longer, and Joe does get a standing ovation, and everyone claps for Samoa Joe. So, man, I tell you what, that match, and I'll go ahead and bring the legend here, but that match, man, I got to give it up, man. Even though Lesnar doesn't do those long matches much anymore, I mean, fuck, it's Brock Lesnar. I mean, Brock fucking Lesnar, man. Larger than life. It's like, I mean, this guy's been around, well, you know, a lot of the wrestlers, okay, have been around the world, but Lesnar, you know, UFC champion, just Japan, all these places these wrestlers go to. And, you know, when you're that close to the ring, and even though I was up in a suite, right, but that close to the ring, and you look at just the sizes of them, the muscles and everything, and the toll, you know, they do this 5 nights out of the week, 52 weeks a year. Fucking hey, you know, right? The travel, you know, it's like truck drivers and shit. I mean, fuck, why they'd want to get in this business, man, I don't know. Like, you just got to be passionate about that business. Like, I thought about doing pro wrestling. We had this thing really shitty. Like, it wasn't big at all. It was good to get gyms. It was called Texas Championship Wrestling. And one of the collegiate professors at our community college, he did wrestling on the weekends, just weekend stuff. And he was about a Samoa Joe size. Not as muscular, probably more on the fat side, but still pretty jacked. I mean, wide body, but his gimmick was he dressed up like Caesar, you know, from ancient Greece. Very stupid. But I was gonna do that, and go to their wrestling school. They had a little training camp that was like a day training camp. They wanted like $300, and pretty much what you were gonna do at this camp, you were gonna learn to tuck your chin, you were gonna learn to take the bumps. At the time, my body was really light, definite fucking cruiserweight. Um, Not much muscle mass. Well, I wasn't like a fat ass or anything, but I guess you could say more of a basketball athletic type of body. So it would probably be like an Enzo, pretty much. I mean, I didn't have a six pack. It was flat. Tummy was flat. Chest muscles were there. Arms were okay. I mean, but it was more like, a basketball player's, like, say, not even a LeBron James, more so like a thin Michael Jordan, clean cut. I'm not bragging on myself. I'm just saying I was lean and mean. I played a lot of basketball back in the day before I took that arrow to the knee, right? But yeah, my aunt and my dad, they did not want me doing it. My dad had a guy, lifeguard there. His name was Larry Robinson. Larry, if you're watching this, I don't know if you're still out in Garland, but brother, you got to be in your 70s. I hope you're still around. But Larry was a big man. Larry was, I want to say, a little thinner than a Bam Bam Bigelow, but very tall, about 6'4", round, just more round. I would probably say he was about the build, a little fatter, a little Bray Wyatt fatness, but a lot taller than Bray Wyatt. He was known as the Masked Challenger. Used to wrestle down in the 70s at the Dallas Sportatorium. You may have heard JBL talk about the old Sportatorium. That's where Fritz, made a big name for himself. And then in the early 80s and in the 80s, mid 80s, Fritz, bought out, the people, and he ran that. That was his territory, the World Class Championship Wrestling. And at that time, pre-WrestleMania, World Class was World Class. I mean, you could see World Class in Japan. You could see it in Mexico. It was on like cable. It was worldwide. People could watch World Class. It was the first place to really get cameras up on the mat. You see the cameraman on the mat on the corner, where you felt the impact. It was the first wrestling show nationwide in the continental U.S. and in Canada to put the camera right at ringside. Now, granted, they had the stage cameras, the ones that you see on TV, but where it just shows where Larry, you've seen Stampede wrestling, a lot of the old Stampede, where it's always, the camera was always just there, and you saw the ring, like front, But World Class was the first people to get the damn cameras there. Vince, when Vince bought out the thing from his dad, Vince just took it to the next level. He pretty much copied World Class as far as the cuts, the replays, the slow-mo. All of that shit was done at World Class. That was the first place over at the old Sportatorium. No AC at that fucking place. They had, those big-ass fans from Home Depot. They're like 6 feet tall, about my height. Dude, let me tell you, Trilogy. Big props to Trilogy. Trilogy's about my height. He could be a fucking wrestler. But anyway, yeah, the fans were just blowing at these people. Fucking sweat hog. Anyway, back to my fucking story. No, I did not get into wrestling myself. Fuck no, because Larry had a horrible knee problems. Now, granted, Larry was fucking 300 pounds. Had to have been easy 300. Now, he's dropped the weight. I mean, he's probably I'd say 240. Because at my heaviest, I was 230. And the last time I saw Larry was at Spring Creek Barbecue at Richardson, Texas, just north of Dallas. And we saw Larry eating with his wife. I would probably have to say that was 10 years ago. I was in my 30s, maybe high 20s. Yeah, Larry was all right, though. Larry was still around. Of course, he never made it big. He never got to wrestle. He was in the same locker room as Andre the Giant and Ivan Putski, in the 70s, but he never got to wrestle against him. Larry was a jobber, He got beat by, just, downtown Charlie Brown, or he would get beat by, a local favorite. Even though he was local, he was one of the ones to just get beat. I don't even think he made the TV very much. I think he was house shows only. But my dad got Fritz's autograph. Back in the day, Larry, if you watch WWE Network and you watch World Class Championship Wrestling, or any of you out there watch it, the Dallas Sportatorium, you could get the autographs there. I mean, because when the Von Erichs, after Fritz had pretty much retired, when the Von Erichs came out to the ring, women were like grabbing him by the neck. They came through the crowd. You know, it was kind of like a maybe like a hexagon type thing where there would be rows of seats, but there was diagonal rows of seats. So they'd kind of come out diagonal. Maybe it was kind of like more of a square where it'd be 4 sides, and then they would come down the angle to the ring. A lot of them were actually some of the first one to get rock and roll music, because biggest feuds for the Von Erich boys was Bad Street USA, the Freebirds, the Fabulous Freebirds. Fabulous Freebirds were pretty much the ones that first got the music, but when their feuds with the Von Erichs, bar none, some of the best fucking feuds you could ever see, and they were funny as hell too. So very good. Anyway, I'm going to give the Joe Lesnar match, I'm going to give it a 4. Sasha, I gave it a 2.5 because Bliss was cheap. But anyway, the thing about, to kind of like wrap everything up, let's check the chat the legit way. We got Gerald Gilbert here. Sweet Seats, William Thorpe says, Trilogy like the ambulance match. Trilogy, let me know. Isn't it because of his stomach issues? Most likely. With Lesnar. Lesnar quit the UFC because he had the diverticulitis or something. And it's where, you know, you better be careful what you eat. Larry, send me a message on Hangouts. We need to talk. It won't be tonight. I'm at work. Rob, you taller than me? I don't know. I'm 6 feet. Maybe I am. Spring Creek Barbecue. Trilogy, don't be laughing. You know you love some Spring Creek. Nathan Banks, brother. It's good to see you, man. I went to the show tonight. If you go back, you can see my slideshow. Rob, is that a painting of Eminem behind you? That's Barnabas Collins, man. I got that from Collinwood, brother. That's Barnabas Collins. Dark Shadows representing. Best fucking soap opera. 2 good shows came out in '66. Daytime television, it was Dark Shadows. Prime time, it was Batman. 1966 did not fucking play. 1968, Planet of the Apes. God, man, that was a good decade, man. I guess the latter part of the 60s was pretty awesome. Hard Eights, man. What about when they come around to Spring Creek and they say, what do they say? Hot fresh bread? I'd be like, give me some of that hot fresh bread. Hell yeah. But yeah, Great Balls of Fire. Just as an event to be there, it was fucking awesome. I mean, it would have been sweeter if those were on the Admiral level. Platinum level is below the Admiral level. And I think Platinum level has those Platinum level suites. Because there's a couple of... there's about 2 levels of suites. The Platinum level ones are the bigger suites. And then the ones we were on were the Admiral Lounge. It's kind of the smaller suites. And during one of those videos, you got to see 2 names of those people, and I can't remember their names, but they pay for that suite year-round. So I'm going to get with Tony and see what the next events are. I mean, they go to a lot of the Dallas Stars and the Dallas Mavericks games, but the other things, say like concerts, or even stuff like if they do monster truck rallies or Harlem Globetrotters or whatever, I'm going to see if we can buy those suite tickets off of them people. We did get her to lower the price. The lady originally wanted $1,000, so that would have been like $125 a ticket. But I'm so glad we know now. We might be able to get her. We might be able to get them to lower the price a little. And I'm sure maybe they may have food if they do a Mavericks or Stars games. Okay, Platinum is the one. Okay, see, I remember because I went to the Platinum when I saw my buddy won a contest with 103.3. I think it's ESPN Radio. He won a contest, and we got to have one of those. We shared that with the ESPN Radio folks. And we even got to see NBC5's Newey Scruggs. He came in there to do some chilling, ate some of our hot dogs. But that was fucking awesome, you know, because they had the food at that one. So the suites above it. I spent 120 for third row seats to Stars games. Third row, that's really nice prices. Third row floor behind the plexiglass. I'm not a big hockey fan. I've been to some Allen Americans and some Frisco Tornadoes or whatever the hell they are. No, Allen, something Tornadoes. There's a team in Frisco, then there's a team in Allen, Texas, but they're hockey game. They're minor league hockey. You get a lot more fights that way. So Nathan Banks, thanks for watching, man. I did get to go. We got 3 watching right now, so some people are just stopping by. I'm going to go ahead and call tonight. I'm going to give this thing a 4 out of freaking 5. I thought it was pretty damn awesome, man. It was a lot of fun, and it was great to take my dad. My dad's 73 years old, and he's in really good shape. He's the lightest he's ever been. He does a lot of mission work with Billy Graham Ministries out of North Carolina and South Carolina. They travel to, in his, you know, he doesn't work anymore, but he's a head chaplain for the Billy Graham Ministry. So if there's ever anything like last year, it was the shooting in Dallas where the police officers in Dallas were shot and killed, or if it's hurricane season, he'll go out and help people, bring food and water, and tell people about the Lord Jesus Christ. He'll let them know that, you know, even though things are really bad, you know, Jesus is there waiting with open arms. So, you know, he does a lot of good missionary work, which, you know, I'm you know, he not only is my best friend, he's #1 fan. You know, he's my #1, you know. So it was great to spend some time with him. You know, he's getting up there, but he's still here, man. So that's what I'm talking about. He's paving the fucking way. That's what he's doing, paving the way to get them souls to where they need to go, baby. Yeah, that's fucking heaven up there, man. I know I cuss like a sailor, and I'll probably get some demerits when I get there, but there ain't nothing better than Lord Jesus Christ. Fans, this is the great legend, Great Balls of Fire PPV review. Man, it was a lot of fun. It was kick-ass, baby. Great Balls of Fire. Now, let me give my big shout-outs. Gerald Gilbert, Trilogy, Rebel Gaming, Nathan Banks, William Thorg. We've had a current peak of 4 folks watching. But we've had a lot of people stop by tonight on the Great Legend Show talking Great Balls of Fire. Possibly tomorrow night if I feel up to it and I get some reading done. Maybe Tuesday night. I'm going to show you my comic book haul for June. I did the monthly this time. So I got all my books in a big stack. So we'll be taking a look at all those books. And I'm going to try to get caught up on some of my reading. I want to try to get caught up on some Green Lantern, some New Superman, and Blue Beetle. At least all my DC stuff. And then all my good shit like Commandy Challenge and Green Lantern, Planet of the Apes. I'm going to probably save those like I saved Saga and East and West, and the Clue one I might save until next month. But I do want to read my Jonah Hex and Yosemite Sam. So if you're interested in comics, check me out Monday or Tuesday night. We've also been doing a lot of Injustice 2 live streams. We're going to hold off on that probably till next weekend, you know, keep off the gaming for a while. If you do want to see some gaming live streams, check out Rebel Gaming Daily for some of the best live streams in Tekken 7, Street Fighter 5, Injustice 2. He is the master of ceremonies. He is Rebel Gaming XXX. Gerald Gilbert, let me know, brother, if you want to play some Mortal Kombat XL this week or some Injustice 2. Nathan Banks, let me know. I'm a girl, Kristen Alfonso on Days of Our Lives we're doing. Check out Nathan Banks, not only for wrestling videos, wrestling news, wrestling previews, but he also knows everything about just your daily soapbox. Check him out. Again, thank y'all so much. Trilogy, we do need to play again. Damn, it's 118, but if you're at home right now, let me know and I'll get a couple of matches in and let you know about that. We'll get some Injustice 2 tonight. I'll fire that thing up. just let me know on Facebook Messenger if you want to get some gaming in, and I'll be there. That goes for you too, Gerald Gilbert. If you're still up and you want a game, you let me know, because after you game, you'll never be the same after you've been whooped by the Great Legend. And fans, this is the Great Legend. Hope you enjoyed WWE Great Balls of Fire, the PPV review. This was the very first Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view that WWE has ever had, and it was a lot of fun. Fans, this is the Great Legend saying peace out. God bless.